We begin this evening with news from the United States. U.S. President Donald Trump has announced that he will permanently pause migration from all third world countries.
Mr. Trump says he will remove anyone who is not a net asset to the United States or is incapable of loving the USA.
Now, joining us to discuss the situation is Erwin Clare. He's the managing director of the New York-based Caribbean Immigrant Service. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Clare.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
All right, now, Mr. Clare, could you tell me which countries, this latest policy, which countries are expected to be impacted?
Your guess would be good as good as mine. There's a lot of uncertainties around that. As you know, the whole third world usage for countries, poorer countries, one of those geopolitical terms that terminologies that many times it's in the definition that we'd have to wait for on the president's part. The president made this comment right after the event, so I'm not certain sufficient thought was given into his response. So we'll just have to wait to see who are defined as such. You might recall early on in the year, some 12 to 13 countries faced similar situation where bans were made, primarily Muslim countries. So again, we'll have to wait to hear what their definition is on this particular situation.
And Mr. Clare, I know there may still be some uncertainties, but can you say what is the timeline for when this is to take effect and possibly end?
Well, you see, one of the things you learn in immigration today, especially in this administration and their response to situations of the sort, is that there is never any way one could predict. We have seen situations where a $100,000 fine was placed on H-1 visa holders, and they were implementing it within a 48-hour period. Situations as such, what the president has mentioned here, would require other determinant factors, and then you'd also have lawsuits. So I don't see this thing as being imminent, as something happening immediately, because there will be pushback on this, and so to be one of those situations that will just cause immigrants to be in limbo with a great deal of uncertainty. I think more is being made of the shock appeal by the announcement than its application at this point.
And just to provide some context for our viewers, can you say what triggered this latest hardline policy from the U.S. president? Well,
the shooting of two guards, National Guards in Washington, and unfortunately, one passed away today. It was allegedly done by an Afghan migrant who